over the next few minutes, but just out of respect of time, let's go ahead and get started. So welcome everyone to today's discussion and review on ABM for sales. We talk a lot about account-based marketing for marketers, but we're really excited to talk about ABM for sales. And I do want to start with a quick thank you. Thanks to those who are here with us today. If you're watching the recording in the future, thanks for carving out a few minutes to watch the recording. And we're excited to spend the next 30 minutes with you. For all the attendees, this is not a formal webinar setup. This is a traditional Zoom meeting. So please make sure as you're joining that you're on mute to be mindful and respectful for everyone on the call. That would be much appreciated. Please use the chat box or the Q&A feature here at the bottom of the Zoom meeting with any questions or comments as we go along. A few of us will be moderating, so we'll try to answer those things in real time. We'll also have some time for Q&A at the end. So if you want to hang on to a question until the end, that's totally fine. And lastly, just some contact information here on the screen. So if you've got any questions and you're unsure who a contact is, Salesforce or Sercante, you want to reach out to us, please reach out to Jesse or myself. We'll flash these email addresses up again at the end. But definitely want you to feel like you've got someone you can contact should you have questions and you're not quite sure who your primary contact is. All righty, wonderful. Let's do some quick introductions before we get into today's content. So from the Salesforce side, we have Chelsea Cordova. She's part of our solutions engineering team within the marketing cloud here at Salesforce. And I am also a part of the marketing cloud solution engineering team here at Salesforce. Colin Trent coming to you from Indianapolis, Indiana. Adam, we'll turn it over to you.
Great. Thank you very much, Colin. Hi, everyone. My name is Adam Berry, and I'm a Senior Account Director, along with my colleague, Jesse Jordan, who's our VP of Client Development here at Sercante, a leading Salesforce services partner. We are thrilled to have you all here, take a deep dive into the challenges that sales teams face in the B2B landscape and where Salesforce technology can enhance that connection with marketing and with your customers. So here's a quick look at what we will be covering in today's session. We'll be looking at today's challenges that we face when closing the loop with an ABM strategy involving sales, what that could look like for your sales, leveraging the right tool in Salesforce, examples of where companies who have adopted this technology have reaped the benefits, and then we'll close with some Q&A at the end. But before we jump into the content, I just want to give a quick reminder that Salesforce is a publicly traded company and customers should base their purchasing decisions on products and services that are currently available. I'm sure we've all have seen this slide. So why are we here today? Well, driving growth efficiently has never been more critical for revenue teams. According to Salesforce's State of Sales report, only 28% of sales professionals expect their team to hit sales quota this year. And on top of that, both marketing and sales teams have seen a reduction in headcount and resources, with 33% of marketers saying that new budgetary constraints are a challenge. So with this reduction in resources and with sales teams struggling to make quota, B2B marketers are not only expected to work more efficiently, but also show how their efforts directly influence revenue and pipeline. In order to meet these challenges, marketers need to be agile in their efforts, not only generating high quality, sales-ready leads, but get valuable customer insight into the hands of sales. But building these relationships and driving growth is impossible when marketing and sales teams are not aligned, which I'm sure we have all heard. Siloed data, legacy technology, slow revenue teams to a halt and creates friction across customer engagements. According to Salesforce's fifth state of the connected customer report, 85% of customers expect consistent interactions across departments, but only 66% of customers say they often have to repeat or re-explain themselves to different representatives. As these stats indicate, working in disparate systems results in a poor customer experience and will cause customers to look elsewhere. When marketing is not integrated with the CRM, it is difficult for marketing teams to share leads with sales, making it impossible to win over new customers and grow efficiently. If sales does not know who the best prospects are or understand what and how they are engaging, they risk engaging the wrong leads, wasting their time, and causing them to distrust marketing efforts. A lack of integration also means that it is difficult to use AI to surface insights about your customers and your campaigns. Okay, so let's take a deeper dive into this. Chelsea, we've seen that sales teams can often be siloed from marketing, which makes it difficult to share data in real time and often leads to a disconnected customer experience. As a day in the life of a sales rep, what could this look like when the right tools and data is available at their fingertips?
Yeah, that's a great
quick,
question.
Chelsea,
yeah.
I'm just quick interruption. Just got a ping from a colleague here at work, just ensuring that they were able to get into the webinar. And so can we check and see if there's anyone in the waiting room? Just want to make sure that everyone's getting in. Obviously, we have some folks here who have been able to get in, and not sure if it's on their side or our side, but want to make sure the Zoom link is working for everyone.
Thanks, Colin. No one is in the waiting room currently.
Okay. Perfect. Could just be on there and getting on the right link. So thank you so much, Chelsea. Sorry to interrupt you there before you got going.
Not a problem at all. So yeah, thanks for that pass off, Adam. We're gonna take a look at what it would look like to use some of the tools that are available from Salesforce as it pertains to sales usage while leveraging marketing capabilities. So as I'm walking through a day in the life of a sales rep, I'm going to start my day in the first place I'm going to navigate to is my Engage Alerts tab here. This is where I'm going to be able to see who has recently engaged with content that I should immediately follow up with. Within these different columns, you can see I'm able to delineate the different activities that I want to track. And from here, I have the flexibility to define which each of these columns is actually looking at from an activity standpoint. I can filter my activity criteria based on the values available here. And this is going to help me prioritize which activities might be strong buying signals, and in turn, help me identify who I should be reaching out to first.
Yeah, Chelsea, that's a really good point. According to a lead response time stat from a Lead Connect survey, 78% of customers buy from the company that responds to their inquiry first. So that's how much of an impact this has when sales don't have this real-time data in front of them, or marketing and sales are just working in silos.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And that's what this is going to provide, is really that real-time alert capability, so I can strike while the iron's hot as my records are engaging with content that I define here. But let's say that I've taken care of my immediate follow-up and actions that I've needed to do as soon as I log in for the day. Now I'm going to start focusing on a more proactive or account-based approach for my outreach. So I'm going to pivot into my list view for my top 10 accounts. And within this list view, I'm able to incorporate some artificial intelligence around our Einstein account scoring. This AI score is going to tell me who I should be connecting with, and it's going to be intelligent enough to determine if my accounts are good fits for products and services based on historical information and trends. Now, this is great because I can see I've got a number of A-type accounts within here. And one of the accounts I've been pursuing pretty actively is this Omega account. So I'm glad to see that this one is, trending in my top accounts here. And I have the ability to see how contacts in this account are actually engaging by clicking into Omega. Now, once I click into the Omega account, I can actually start to see how the different contacts within this account are engaging with my marketing content based on this engagement history dashboard that I have embedded in my page layout here. What's really nice about these dashboards is this is going to allow me to quickly identify who are active individuals in the account, or individuals that I can start to deem as champions for my products and services. And then I also have the ability to identify the inverse of that type of profile. Maybe Lauren needs a little bit more awareness from a marketing campaign standpoint, or maybe I need to take her out to dinner next time I'm in town. So in this example, we're seeing that Bob is fairly engaged and someone that I'd like to connect with. From this screen, I can click into Bob's view or Bob's contact object, and you can see that my campaign activities and history is going to dynamically update and show me the recent campaigns that Bob specifically has engaged with, and I can understand what is going to be the most important to Bob when we do end up connecting. Now, when I see that Bob is one of our top accounts or top champions within the Omega account, I can actually drill deeper into Bob's contact record and his historical activity by clicking into his actual contact record. I also have those engagement history dashboards that are specific and allow us to see the past engagement and campaigns that Bob has been a part of. And this is going to give me a good understanding of Bob's customer journey and what may be leading up to his recent surge of activity.
All very valuable information there, Chelsea. And so we've started our day with those most recent activities with the engage alerts. And then the system has been able to give me all this insight into not only which accounts fit our ideal customer profile, but it's been able to show me the interactions that we can see here on the screen that would likely indicate why they would be good to reach out to, and also which individuals have taken those actions and their interest in the marketing content. So that's great. But now what? I'm busy and I don't have time to come up with something to send them and reach out to all these folks. So what can I do?
Yeah, great point. So the beauty of being so tightly connected with the marketing application as being on the same platform as sales is the ability for myself as a sales rep to have access to pre-built email templates that marketing has put together for me. So I can simply click within Bob's contact record here and select this send engage email within Bob's contact record. And a library of different email templates is going to populate for me to select from. Now I have the ability to go within here and actually select some of these marketing curated emails and modify them. So that way this communication will be personalized specifically for Bob. So I can add in here my salutation, of course, within here. And then I can also include a merge field that will personalize the greeting for Bob specifically, but in a scaled fashion. Now, you mentioned that we don't have a ton of time, obviously, and having these fingertips or these templates at your fingertips is going to be that first step in helping you streamline your time management. But sending these on that one-to-one scale can be tedious and, in the end, could potentially be time consuming. So one of the great things, especially if we're taking an account-based approach for our outreach, is we have the ability to go back to that accounts list view here and select those different accounts that might fit certain criteria and actually send an engage email directly from the account level. So this could be something like a personalized invitation to an event for some of those grade A accounts, but we want it to appear as though it's coming directly from you, from the sales owner. Now, as I select those two accounts, you can see I'm dynamically pulling in multiple recipients, and those are going to be all of those contacts that are associated to the account. So this is really going to help you scale your time with sending out those communications that might be repeatable across similar profiles.
Yeah, that's going to save me a bunch of time. But then how do I know which one of these emails has been the most effective and who's engaged?
Yeah, great question. So what you'll also have access to are called engage reports. And this is going to be a timeline and analysis from a trending perspective of how those communications are actually performing and how my customers are responding to the different communications I've sent out. Within here, I can start to understand what type of emails and styles as it pertains to messaging are really going to be resonating with my customers and optimize those for future communications and outreach. And then we also, as a reminder, we looked at this in the very beginning, but you'll also have access to those real-time notifications in the Engage Alerts component. So we'll be able to see how individuals are actually engaging in a real-time fashion. You can see Bob just showed up here. It looks like he's really active and engaged with that engage email I sent him around, some of our solution set here.
That's awesome. Real-time notifications working right there, Chelsea. That's great. Thank you for taking us through that. I think it's great to see that these tools, how they're working in action, how sales can take advantage of this information for the betterment of a customer's experience. And we actually have a customer who has done just that and is leveraging these tools that you have just taken us through. So I want to talk a little bit about Value First. Value First was founded in 2003 and is a Twilio-owned company that connects businesses with consumers across telecom and internet channels. So SMS, voice, chatbots, email, and actually WhatsApp. Value First wanted to deliver a seamless customer-centric experience at every touch point. So not just within marketing, but across all of their departments. So they implemented Sales Cloud, Salesforce, and account engagement, which we have just seen. And leveraging these tools, they've actually been able to see some huge increases in efficiency. So they've actually seen a 21% improvement in conversions, a more than 20% increase in sales efficiency. And they used to have a 7 to 8 hour time delay to follow up with inquiries. And that has come down all the way to just a few minutes to respond to these leads, inquiries, and opportunities that are coming to them. And that's a huge difference. And if you remember back to the stat before, 78% of business will go to the client who first responds. So if you're not first, then you're making it so much harder as part of the sales cycle to be top of mind and be that chosen supplier or client. And then the last one here, which we all would like to see more of, is 85% increase in Salesforce adoption. So everything's going into the system. Your reps are using the applications as intended, and everyone is working out of the same single ecosystem of technology. So the last thing that we'll go through here, and we'll pause for Q&A just a few minutes, is the Gartner Magic Quadrant, where Salesforce has been named a leader for the 6th consecutive year this year for B2B marketing automation in particular. Account engagement was evaluated in this report and is positioned as the leader, as you can see on the very, very top right of the quadrant there, in the across all vendors for completeness of vision, which is incredible to see. So we're going to take a quick pause now. We're into the last sort of portion of the webinar. Any questions that you guys have, please feel free to use the chat or come off mute at this stage of the webinar if you have a question. Colin, anything from your side that you've seen as well?
Not seeing anything in the chat, but I will get us started with the question. Maybe give everyone a moment to think about any questions they may have. But Chelsea and I were actually on a call with a customer just a week or two ago where they were inquiring about this, and they asked, hey, do I actually have access to this functionality? And it turns out they did. They didn't quite realize it. But every account engagement customer who has purchased since, I believe, February of 2019 has a certain number of engagement history dashboards, or sometimes we just say EHD licenses, included in their package. So everyone can be taking advantage of this level of data across their accounts, campaigns, opportunities. Sales alerts and emails is also licensed, i.e. based on the number of sales reps, you want to leverage email templates and real-time notifications. Account tiering is part of our AI layer with Einstein, which is available in advanced and in premium editions of account engagement. So if you are on one of those editions, you may have access to these things already. So make sure you're giving that a look. And if you're not taking advantage of these today, please do. As we've seen, these are powerful ways to be able to connect our marketing efforts to our folks in sales to really help bridge that gap. Let's see, any other questions come in yet? Nothing yet? We'll give another minute here.
Yeah, a couple in the Q&A. Yeah. Yes, actually, recording will be sent after the webinar. So anything that was missed, for those who joined, you will get another chance to look at all of the content today. Yeah. And I see a question there from Maria. So I'll read this out loud. Can you reshare where to find the Engage email template reporting again? So Chelsea or Colin, if you want to recap on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me go back to my demo screen here. So the Engage report information is going to be a separate application that you'll actually launch from the app launcher here. And it'll be a tile called Engage Reports. We also have Engage Team Reports. So if you're a sales manager and want to understand how your team is utilizing the Engage emails, you can actually get a great synopsis of who's really taking advantage of this feature. And of course, share those types of successes across the rest of the team. This is going to be looking at specific email sends that I have deployed as an end user, as a sales user though, within here. And you'll see that I'll get some information here around the, personalized subject line that I might have configured here, and then the template that I'm actually using, as well as those engagement KPIs around delivery opens and click-throughs. Hopefully that helped answer your question.
Another one come in here just recently. So how is the Einstein account score different from the other Einstein scores at lead level, like behavior or engagement? Does it reference our ICP and engagement activity at the account level?
Yeah, that's a great question. And your response kind of hits it head on. So you can see within my account page view here, I have in Einstein Insights, and this is going to be specifically at the account level here. What's nice about this is you're actually going to be able to see those prediction factors and how this account stacks up to similar account profiles based on certain fields. So in my example, you can see industry, company size. We're also going to pull in that account level engagement metrics, and start to draw trends and traits around how individuals in the actual account are engaging with content. One other thing that we are taking into account to create this tiering or this scoring of the account level is past opportunity information that resides within your CRM. This is going to help us start to identify this likelihood to convert next quarter based on, opportunity closure trends that we're seeing in the Omega account itself, as well as accounts that look like Omega. And then, the artificial intelligence and modeling is going to start to define how that account stacks up in the tiering.
Awesome. Thanks, Chelsea. Just give a quick pause for any other questions that come in. I might just address one here real quick with how we can help, with how Sercante can maybe help you along this journey. So as I mentioned at the beginning, we're a leading Salesforce services partner. So for any account engagement users that would like assistance enabling or configuring or even training your team on how to get the most out of these features, we have some hands-on keys packages starting for around $3,000 for your sales team to take advantage of what you've seen here today. And as a leading account engagement consultancy, we also offer other strategic services for you to maximize your investment in the Salesforce tech stack as well. So please feel free to reach out if you have any questions around that as well. Well, I don't see any other questions coming in just now.
Yeah, no new questions, but again, thank you to everyone for joining us today. For those that engaged with some questions, thank you so much. Hopefully the answers were helpful. And again, if you're catching this webinar down the road, watching a recording, thank you for taking time out of your day to watch. We look forward to hearing from you. As Adam said, Sercante is here to help as you're potentially looking at these specific parts of the solution or others as it comes to account engagement. So thank you so much to everyone who's been able to join us today. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week. Happy holidays to you. And we look forward to seeing you soon. Take care, everyone.